Yes. Hey.
Hi, everybody.
Hey.
Hi, JeMaja. I see you today. Oh, bless the Lords of Instagram. I see you and I hear you. I hope you are good.
Same here. I hope you're good too. So good to see you and to it's interesting how not only we both Geminis, but we live in neighboring countries. It's so many you know what I mean. So we share the North American continent, and we share so many other things. Not to mention we like to laugh a lot. So as Geminis do. So but
Yes, before we start, I just want to wish everybody peace and joy,
yes.
and I hope they had beautiful holidays. And for the year ahead, I just wish everybody peace and joy. That's it
Yes.
for now. Of course,
Yes.
and health.
And
Always
health.
health is
Yes, I like to
yes.
send blessings to everyone in the world, and especially our two continents. I mean, our continent and two countries, and for all those who have a heavy heart right now because of loss over the year, struggle. This year, be heartened. We're gonna have a good year. We're gonna have a year of powerful potential. And
Absolutely.
I'm hosting a Zoom tomorrow for meditation. It's going to be a little bit of a meditation, a little healing, a little talk. It's going to be short, but just so we could bring in and welcome the return of the light. So please join me. It's free. It's free, and I already posted the Zoom information, and I'll post it again for later on.
Yes, and please put it in the story with the link so people can. It's easier to go through the stories and click the link to
The link,
Zoom,
did I
for
put it? I
example.
think, yeah. Okay, good. So I thought I did, but that's a good point. I'll put it in the
I
stories.
don't know. Yeah, I don't know if you did in the story. I didn't see the story, but it's just helpful tool to have because it's very hard to copy from Instagram posts.
Right. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And yeah. Okay. But and then I have to. Then it'll create a link for people. Once I post it in the story, the link will be there for people to.
No, no. You post the story, and then you go to the link, and then you have to copy the link of the Zoom. There is a. I'll show you. I'll show you after.
We
Don't
gotta
worry.
do it after class. We'll do it after the.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah. After this, I'll show you how to do
Okay.
it. So it's
All
it's
right.
much better.
Okay.
Excellent. Well, if everybody's ready,
Hi,
I know
Ryan.
it's
Hi, Ryan.
yeah. Hi everybody, and the Gemini gang. I know people are in between. Christmas and New Year's is the most confusing time of the year. Nobody
It
knows what
is.
day
It
it is. What are
is.
they doing? What is
It's.
happening? It can be very like that. And of course, the energies this year are a lot of, with Neptune hovering at the last degree of Pisces, even more confusing. But good news, this new moon coming up tomorrow I like it. I like it. First of all, it's in Capricorn.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
and I wanna give credit to Penny Thornton. I don't know. She's a British astrologer. I don't know if you heard of her.
I
Check
have.
her out.
I have.
Yes, I love Penny, and she just mentioned how interesting that always around around the New Year's Eve we have a sun at 9-10 degrees of Capricorn, right? This is always sun is at that position. So hi Sandy Flu. And we always have a sun, and many countries have in the history are created on January 1st. So many countries in the world have this 9-10 degrees of Capricorn in their charts as their suns, right? And I just want to mention something. It's the UK has a Capricorn sun, 9 degrees. The European Union has that sun. I think Putin took over the power on January 1st in Russia, France also. So what is happening with this new moon? Why am I mentioning this? First of all, Capricorn is about government.
Yes.
It's a sign of
Yes.
governing, of sovereignty, sovereignty, governance, structures, rules and regulations, our responsibilities towards ourselves, especially. So in many countries, this new moon is always like a new beginning, right? The sun and moon are coming together and they're opening a new beginning. So not only us as individuals, but globally, many countries and the world are starting like a new cycle.
Yes.
Like this new
Yes.
moon will bring a new, fresh thing. I know that in France is very, will this president stay or not? It's a question. So we'll see how it goes. So European Union also talks. Will some countries get out of the European Union? Is European Union staying as a union? So there's lots of things are happening. Just like this is like I think a beginning of what is 2024 actually is, and it's going to be a change of the way that the world is governed at the moment. So the 2025 and 2026 are definitely the change years, the bridge years.
And we know we
Globally.
we had further changes in other structures or institutions like insurance. We had that unfortunate incident that happened. That's a very strong institution, the insurance business that governs a lot of many of our countries have insurance businesses. So we'll see more of that, I think, happening
Yeah.
and I think we're seeing also. This is my humble estimation that Pluto, though Pluto has in Western astrology has migrated to Aquarius, there's a long post burn, if you will. So
Oh yeah.
Pluto's still working on those structures that are no longer perhaps serving us in the way of integrity.
Absolutely.
So we'll see.
Integrity is a good word. Yeah, integrity is the very good word for Capricorn. But don't forget that Aquarius is also ruled by
Yes.
Saturn, just like Capricorn in a traditional rulership. So there is a
Yeah.
connection through Saturn,
Yes.
right? So there's still a strong connection between Pluto and Capricorn and between Pluto and Aquarius,
Correct.
right?
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
Last time, okay, so this is just a few logistics. So this new moon is happening at 9 degrees and 44 minutes of Capricorn. December 30th, it's going to be 5:26 p.m. Eastern time. So adjust to your time zones. It will affect mostly those people who have planets between 6 and 12 degrees of cardinal signs, which are Aries, Cancer, Libra, and Capricorns. Those are the go-getters, the initiators, this is the beginning that they're starting, the starters of new things, right? So it's a very good thing to start new thing. Also, it's an earth sign. We forget because Capricorn is also very work-oriented. There's a lot of things about how they are workaholic, how they love structure and rules and regulations, but it's a feminine side. It's an earth sign. Don't forget that.
Yes.
So there is this receptivity, inner work that can be done with this. It's not as harsh as we think you're ruled by Saturn. Everything is so strict. It's an earth sign. It's tangible, practical, but also very, I don't want to use feminine or masculine, but very receptive or some inner thing coming up, right?
But I think it's also good.
And I know that.
Let me point out here that I think it's good to point out that because it's feminine doesn't mean it also means that there's some strength to be shown. So you still could be feminine and strong.
Inner strength.
Yes,
inner
strength.
Yeah.
And that's where the tenacity that Capricorn has comes from. So
Yes.
they go up high and they can hang on to the side of that mountain and keep their eye on what they want to get to and how high they need to get to see what they need to see and get done what they need to get done. And that's because I for the longest I said, oh, why do I have a Capricorn rising? And as I explored it, because the Saturn, and I said, well, actually, I can see it in my life and how it's played out, and I can see in other people how that is that tenacity is there, but also that grounded earthiness that gives comfort. It's a leadership that actually embodies more of the elements because it is the earth. So all the other elements are actually interacting with the earth.
True Capricorn energy in a very positive way is using their own skills that they mastered and to show others by example how they can use their skills and become masters.
Right. Yeah, I forgot the mastery. Absolutely.
Okay. So that's the higher expression of Capricorn. They mastered something, and by example, integrity example, walking their talk, showing others and helping others use their skills in the best, possible way. So that for me would be Capricorn in the best way possible.
What
Best
would the
energy.
lower vibration, the lower octave be of
Uh,
Capricorn?
a lower vibration of Capricorn is, because they want to be on top, it's literally going over dead bodies to reach the top. That's the lower frequency. It's just, I don't care who dies, I want to be on top of everything. Delegating instead
Doing,
of being a
okay.
mentor, teacher,
Mm.
delegating, that could be a lower expression. You have a manager who is, like, in a companies, you have CEOs or managers, that's Capricorn energy, right? That are example by, how they walk their talk, right?
Mm-hmm.
On the
Mm-hmm.
other hand, you have those who like to manipulate and just push around and put everything on you, and then they take the credit for your
Ah,
work. That would be also the lower,
very good.
yeah, stuff like that, for example. I really got into this Sabian symbols, and I thought we talked about it last time, and I thought I'm going to mention this every time we talk about the moons, new and full moons, because it's such a beautiful story that goes with this. And for this new moon, a Sabian symbol is an albatross
Uh-huh.
feeding from the hand. So we have the wild bird who is tamed enough and comes and feeds, and it's kind of there's this trust that it comes and it feeds from your hand, right? So the energy of Capricorn, giving the food, like giving this, bringing it's such a, I don't know, such a peaceful energy, So so I was researching a little bit. So I'm
Mm-hmm.
going to take the credit for this, but I'm going to read what the experts on Sabian symbols say. So they say it's radiating peaceful harmony. If we purify the heart, then we radiate love to all beings and trust in the certainty, serenity, and joy. Certainty of serenity and joy.
Lovely. That's beautiful. Mm-hmm.
And with your meditation tomorrow, I think this is a beautiful day to do meditation, just bringing the light and everything that you're doing. And this, so we wanna focus mentally on the higher octave of Capricorn. That's what how to radiate peace and love, and we need that, because this new moon actually doesn't have any aspects to it. Like, it's very, like, when you see, there's nothing is happening to the new
Yes,
moon.
I
Exactly.
noticed that.
So
Yes, I thought that's it. That's interesting. That has no other. It's
yes.
yeah.
So it's like there's other things happening, and of course we always go what is happening on that day. But for the moon itself,
Mm-hmm.
it has this purity of nothing. I was thinking about this Sabian symbol, and this nothing is touching this new moon, and it really has all the power within to do the best it
Yes.
can,
Yes.
without any interruptions, without any help or not help. Saying, like, just pure Capricorn energy, and how we can use the best. And it's such a good timing of almost the last day of the year.
Mm-hmm.
People always go into the new year with new intentions. This
Yes.
is in Capricorn, guys. And Saturn is ruling, and Saturn is in Pisces. Pisces are dreams. We have the opportunity to put our dreams into actions. But for Capricorn, you have to have a plan. And remember, Saturn, Capricorn, time. There's a time frame. So everything that you plan and do, it has to have time frame. Not these intentions are not about, oh, one day I wish. No. You have to say, in the next 6 months, by June 30th, or by the end of next year, I want to accomplish this, this, and this.
Your
And this
concrete
is how,
plans. Concrete
yes,
plans. Concrete.
yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
It has to have a time on it. Whatever, even if it's a longer, it doesn't matter, but you need to give it a time frame with the exact date. And it's pure on its own, so I love it. We also have Chiron going direct,
Yes.
finally.
Yes. Yes.
So that's also beautiful, like uh, helping yourself by helping others. Again, giving this head food, helping others to feed others, sharing your abundance, or sharing or even if it's not abundance, sharing what you have, the last 3 crumbs of bread with others. the universe will pay you back. So there is this. Even so, this guy, I was listening to him about the Sabian Symbol. He says even if you feel that people are taking advantage of you, if your values are generosity, you still give it without expectations,
Right. Of
and you will get
return. Yes.
paid. Yeah, and you will get paid from the other side because paid forward, paid whatever. You will get it from some other
Yeah.
source,
Yes. Absolutely. That's an absolute,
right?
that's a universal law, actually, of the
Yeah,
reciprocity. When we give freely like that, give
yeah,
without expectation, then you get back an equal measure.
yeah.
And full,
It can
full.
be hard.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it can be hard. I won't lie. Like people, it's easier said than done. Like all these things are sometimes, because we are
Right.
humans. Of course, we have expectations. It's natural. So don't be harsh on yourself. You know, but little things, just little things, right? So anyway, I thought that was really important. Just the only thing that is with this new moon is Pallas Athena
Oh,
asteroid, and she's the smart
yes.
one. Remember, she's the
She's
strategist. She's the,
strategist. She sure is.
right.
Yes.
She
Yes.
never goes to war without a good
Mm-hmm.
plan. She actually wants to avoid
Mm-hmm.
wars. She's strategizing how to avoid. So you have this smart. You're kind of you're putting the smart pants on with this new
I
moon.
like
You
that.
have this. You know,
I like that. Put the smart pants on.
you know
Okay.
put a smart pants on, and you have the ability and to stay realistic.
Mm-hmm.
Wishing for $1 million, if it's not possible, it's just wishful thinking. It doesn't have any sense. But if you want to change a job,
Mm-hmm.
how can you do it? Where can you? Maybe you want to put the dates when to look for a new job. Where?
Right.
The last week of January, I'm going to start applying, or make concrete plans, something like that. Or if you want to meet somebody, you have to go out there, socialize. Nobody's going to
Yes.
come. So make a plan. I'm going to go with these friends here, or maybe go on this online application or something. I don't know,
Yeah.
whatever it
Yes.
is for you. Or other sources of income. Is there a way you can make some other sources of income, maybe, if you need it?
Mm-hmm.
Or whatever it is. Spending more time with your parents if they're elderly, or with your kids, or whatever your wishes are. Make it real, like in a concrete way. Okay, that's on that note. Because Saturn is ruling this, there is nothing without an effort. Whenever we have Saturn involved, Capricorn energy, Saturn energy, it will take time and
Yes.
effort.
An effort. Yes. Good old T&E. Uh-huh.
Yes.
Time and
Also,
effort.
don't forget, we have Mars retrograde still going on until the end of February. So for the next 2 months, there is this energy of not going fast enough forward. It's very slow. All the processes, everything that we're doing, are not going fast as we would like. So there is this energy of taking time and doing it smart, not just rushing into things. So
Yes.
that's what I feel.
Yeah.
It's this combination.
So yeah, good.
Okay.
Good. In other words, good effort. So you put effort into something, but you want to make sure that it's well thought out, so you're not wasting your energies. You want
Exactly.
to maximize your
Yes.
energies because
Yes.
it's an arduous climb to get to where we want to go. But so we want to do it,
Yes.
like you said, in a smart way. So let's make sure that we're prepared. We have what we need. We just don't run out off to do something. Let's just say, okay, let's get together. Let's think it through. Yeah, that's really important and such an empowering way to start the new year. It's
Absolutely.
a good way to
I'll
set the
give you.
tone. Hmm.
Yeah. I'll give you my example. So in the quadrant system house, not in a whole sign, I have Capricorn in the fifth house,
Okay.
and no, do I have it? Where is it? No, in the fourth
The
house.
fourth.
Sorry, excuse me. In the
Okay.
fourth in the fourth house. So I'm thinking, what can I was just thinking the other day, in the fourth house. What can I do? What changes can I do on my home? Or we are planning to buy a new home in 2 years, but maybe this is now a good opportunity to make an exactly time frame. When are we gonna look for a new home? Where do we want to live? Just make it,
Yeah.
dates and everything, and
Right.
then set in motion to actually find a realtor, maybe end of the year, or or doing something else. But making it a plan now, because I really we are planning to do it anyway the next
Yeah.
couple of years. So this is a
Yes.
great opportunity to actually really putting it. you know,
It
by this
is.
date, I'm getting a realtor. By this date, I'm putting this on the market or whatever it is, right? So think about it that way. Not, I'm going to buy a new home one day. No,
Yeah.
that's not good enough
Yeah.
this time, right? And you don't want to waste energy. And you know, where I'm going to buy a new home? Am I going to be here or here? Otherwise, my energy is going to be all over the place. I need to
Scattered.
narrow it
Yes.
down,
Yes.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Especially as a Gemini.
Yes.
You know, we have all these
Yes.
switches, we have all these ideas, we are going all over the place, right? So think about that.
That's why it's good to have a
Uh,
notebook. That's why it's good to have a notebook and have
yes,
have something to write it down, because writing it down, I mean, I know we put things on our computers or our phones, but I find having a notebook and a pen, a good pen, Jasmine and I love good pens.
yeah,
And I bought those pens that you told me about. I mean, so, but writing it down, because
yes,
you're actually, to me, you're scribing it and inscribing it on your world and on the universe. The universe is reading it along with you. So the energy of the universe is saying, oh, Jasmina wants, she's working towards a new house.
yeah,
I see. So, and it actually, that by using your muscle, your actual body and your brain, your eyes, you actually, it lands deeper than just talking about. Talking about is
absolutely,
good, but it lands deeper and
deeper,
stays. So, and when you look at it again and you make some more notes of your progress. Oh, I did call this, the realtor on that date. You make a little note saying I did, so it's give
right?
yourself a little star or whatever. It really helps the energy,
Yes,
because
yes,
at that moment you're coalescing and bringing those energies that you
mm,
have access to, your own and the universe, to that
mm.
project. And you do
Yes,
that.
absolutely.
That's
If
why
you're this,
journaling is so important.
absolutely, I love to do lists.
Yeah,
This is
me
my,
too.
I'm Virgo rising.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm,
I'm nothing without a
uh,
list.
right? So it's also if your decision making involves other person, you
Hmm.
make sure that you put down when are you going to talk to the person. So I'm going to talk to my husband, in the next two weeks or whatever. We have to, by the 15th of January, we have to have the discussion about new home, for example.
Right.
And we're going to make it happen, right? But we need to do it by January 15th and see his schedule, whatever. But make a note, because sometimes decisions that you are making are affecting other people, and you
Yes.
have to make conversations with them. We forgot. So these people also have their own intentions and their own
Yeah. Yes.
charts and life.
Yes.
So to make sure that you do that as well. Um, it's all about getting out of our comfort zones. Okay, it's Capricorn. It's responsibility. Remember, it's authority. It's your parents. It's somebody who is pushing, your teacher. Somebody, So it's always pushing you out of your comfort zone. Make your bed, eat your veggies. Do
Yes.
your homework. Those kind of
Yes.
those kind of
Yeah.
energies, right?
Yes.
But now we are adults, and
Yes.
we don't need
Yes.
other people to tell us what to do.
Yeah.
So, so being responsible towards yourself, eating your vegetables without anybody telling you, just an example, or making those kind of, we are responsible for our own
Yeah.
lives.
Yes.
We are in charge. And with that, we need to take it kind of seriously, let's say,
That's
in a
right. That's right.
Capricornian way, right?
Yeah, yes.
You know,
Even though every
my,
once in a while I would tell my friends, and they would laugh. Some of my younger neighbors, I would say, "I need adult supervision," and they would just laugh because I said certain things. It's just like I'd miss those days up, not miss, but
I
if someone's sort
know,
of telling you, and I realized I had to be my own boss, my own supervisor, and stuff. So,
right?
and as a
Right? Because,
Capricorn, I enjoy that. I do enjoy, in that sense. And when I activate that part of myself, because the Gemini needs that
needs,
part of myself
needs.
to get stuff done. Yeah.
I'm grateful for my Virgo rising because she keeps
Oh
me,
yes,
where in place.
absolutely.
Otherwise I would go
Yeah.
anywhere. Uh, yeah. So okay. So what was I? Oh yeah. So this is the new moon in
Hmm.
general. But
Hmm.
what are the other energies in the skies? So as we know, we have this approaching Mars-Pluto opposition. Okay, it's going to be
When is that?
exact
When is
on
that?
the January 3rd.
Oh,
That is the second one. So we had the first one the day before election or something in US. It was November 5th or 6th, I think. I don't know. No,
yes.
anyway, I think it was the first one was then. Then we have the second one now on January 3rd. And just a couple of days after, Mars is going to go into Cancer. So this is still in Leo, in
Okay.
Leo, right? And then we're going to have the last one in April, I think, and 27th. That's going to be the last one. So they're all Leo, Pluto. Leo, Pluto. Leo, remember, Leo wants to be the king. It's about rulership. It's about leadership. It's about, one person. It's about king or a president or a prime minister. And on the other hand, we have the community, the groups, the collective. Okay? So there is this tug of war between who is in control, who is in charge. I won't lie, it's very explosive energy. They're both fixed signs, so there's no budging. With fixed signs, they're not budging. Everybody wants to do it. It would be much easier if in immutable signs, for example, right? They would, So we are starting new year with a lot of tension, a lot of volatility, a lot of explosion, bombastic. So that's just
Good word.
keep that in mind.
Yes.
Keep that in mind. It's very turbulent. Let's say it's very, very turbulent.
No, we can see it now. We can see it already. I mean, we're hearing strains of it and so on, and even there's things happening. Just certain. Unfortunately, we've had some plane incidents. Some of the incidents you can tell that are very, that is adding that explosiveness to things. Excuse the pun, but I mean actually, literally explosiveness to things.
It is. Yes. The other thing, we still have Saturn squaring Mercury and squaring Jupiter. They are now separating aspects. The exact aspects already happened, but they're still very close. So there's still, I just feel this energy of so Saturn and Jupiter is a business cycle. It always affects economy. So there's things about money and the growth of economy and how politics is involved. This is a new moon, so new policies, new governments. This is all affecting a lot of things that are happening. But don't forget, Jupiter and Mercury oppositions. We talked about it forever for the last couple of months, and I've been telling people since Jupiter came into Gemini, you need to be very discerning about what you're hearing, and it's not over until it's over. Yes. Remember? Many things are happening that are shaking the ground. Things are not seen, and so everything that we talked about is actually true because,
and we're not seeing all of it. Just because it's not being seen right now by us doesn't mean it's not actually happening or in process or about to be revealed. Yes, I do feel that.
Right. I don't want to go too much into politics.
No, but we know how to read the code.
Yes. Okay. So things are happening. So let's see how it goes. I'm just saying, until the fat lady sings, it's not done, and it's still not done. And we have all these energies coming up, still misinformations. What is the information? What are the sources? It's a lot. It's a lot. Yeah. Pluto, remember, Pluto is also behind the scenes. It's secrets. It's manipulations behind the scenes. So there's a lot of power struggles that we don't know what is happening. Who is going to come up? Remember Leo, who's going to come up as a leader? What's going to happen? Yes. There's a lot of things still happening. Yeah. What I like is that Mercury, because Mercury, let me see, where is Mercury? Oh yeah, Mercury is trining Chiron. Jim Saltamon says, hi, grateful if you pronounce well and slow for the English second language. Okay, I will. Thank you, I will. I'm also English second language, but
yeah. Yes, but you're a Gemini, so yeah, we have to slow down. We have to be aware of slowing down. Thank you for that reminder. Appreciate that.
So Chiron is going direct, and Mercury and Chiron are in a beautiful flowing energy in a trine.
That's nice.
Right?
Yeah.
And because it's Sagittarius and Aries, it's a fiery energy. Fire is about our spirit. It's about our motivation. It's about our intuition. It's about inspiration. So the ability to use all of that to heal, to help others. This is the only way we're going to actually help ourselves, by helping others. That's the best way to do it. That's the proper way. So that's a very good thing happening on this new moon. So there's a hope. There's like a little way of with this Mercury Chiron of like a nice energy coming to offset this Mars-Pluto opposition. Um, Pluto is also about toxins.
Ah,
So,
okay.
right?
Mm-hmm.
It's about toxins,
That,
toxicity.
that, yes.
So think about, it's hidden. You don't see them, right? But then they come out. So let's see what happens. But
Mm-hmm.
it's a maybe opportunity with Mercury and Chiron to purify some of these,
Yeah.
to detoxify
And
ourselves.
strengthen your immune system. Because for those of us who are
Yes,
living in colder climates, or just
yes.
we're still in the winter climates. For some of us, it's a good time to make sure that you strengthen your immune system and take a little extra care of yourself and your family. The hot teas, keep yourself
Yeah,
hydrated.
there you go.
And so on. So because we just got over a holiday, don't forget after holidays we have maybe overindulged a taste
Yes.
and things. So we need to allow those to flow through our system and leave and then strengthen our go back to our good program, our strong program.
Yeah, it's not a coincidence that Capricorn comes after Sagittarius. In Sagittarius season, it's all about fun and joy and just letting go and letting loose.
Yeah.
And now Capricorn comes, yeah, okay, you had your fun, now
Yes.
back to
Yes. Simmer
reality,
down. Yes. Yes. Yes.
right?
It sure did.
So there is that, there is that thing as well. Um, I was going to mention something else. What did we talk about? My Gemini brain. Oh, I forgot. Oh yeah, okay. Lunar family. I always like to mention that, and then I'll go back to what I was going to say. So this new moon. Okay. So first of all, as we mentioned in the beginning, Capricorn. It needs to be a little bit more serious and take it seriously. It's just a suggestion. So make sure that it is on a serious note. So that's number one. Okay, so this new moon, lunar family, the big lunar family, first quarter is going to be on the 29th of September. That's 7 degrees of Capricorn. So if you, for your bigger plans, if you're making this time frame for something, for a bigger project, then first quarter is time to act. That's in September. Full moon is going to be June 29th on 2026. 9 degrees Capricorn, and the third quarter is going to be March 29th, 2027. No, did I say 24, 25, 20? Yeah, 27. I'm correct. So that's a bigger lunar family, I think. Also, what might happen here, because Saturn is the ruler, Saturn is also about fear.
Yes.
So are we afraid to actually make it happen, to make our dreams a reality, or what we fantasize about? So our fear can come because it's squaring Jupiter and Mercury, this Saturn. Our fears may come in between
Yes.
of actually getting something and succeeding. So think about that as well. What are you afraid of? Success? Usually with Saturn in these kind of situations, when it's ruling the Capricorn your moon, it's a fear of success or fear of failure, or it can be both at the same time.
Absolutely. That's why I want to speak on that point. I think a good thing for fear. Fear is an energy. This in our world is fear and love are the only two major forces of power and energy. So when fear comes up, and it came up for me recently, and now I say, okay, that's a good power surge. I take it, and I don't recoil from it. I take it and then say, what am I afraid of? Because usually what's getting, and I say, okay, you know what? Just to fix you, I'm gonna go ahead and do that then. Then now I'm gonna do it because this way you take that fear and you actually are transforming it in real time. When you
Yes.
realize that's the fear, you apply it to that thing that is tickling you, and you know what it is. Or if you don't know what it is, ask, and your inner child will say, it's that project that you want to do, and we're not sure. No, we don't want to be laughed at, or will we
Yes.
fail? Or will we look silly? It's new, and we don't have. Do we have the mastery? No, you have to gain mastery by doing some things. By getting out there and having a few missteps. But so take that fear and realize it is a ball of energy.
Yes.
And it may have a color, it may have a feel. Transform it and use it. Like, this is for those of us who have played video games. See it as an energy pill. You know what I mean? And just say, you know what I mean? And take it as that, no, I'm going to, because then you're showing, um, what do you call it? You're overcoming it by eating it and saying, no, I got that. Now you're going to empower me as opposed to overpowering me. So
Yeah.
that's I've had to do
I
that.
love that.
That's helped me in recent years, Jasmine. I realized because I would just get so overwhelmed for my little things. I mean, insignificant things to anyone else, perhaps, and some things were big, mind you. Some things were quite
Yeah, okay.
significant. But I realized, okay, so let me see. Am I going to go running away all the time? No, I mean, so, because you realize we have been on this planet, most of us for over 20 years, for most everyone in the room. Some of us way over 20 years. I can't even remember the 20 years, and you realize, no, I'm not going to let something stop me now. There's a story, and I forgive me for not telling it right, but it bears being retold. There was I'd say a Chinese village, and there was a king, and they had a lovely valley they lived in, and they had everything they wanted, all the riches they wanted for nothing. Over time, their resources dwindled, and they needed to go out of the valley to seek some other resources and other things they needed to keep the citizenry going. And they would get there, and all this, the soldiers would come back, the ones that made it back, and say, "Oh, there's a monster out there," and we couldn't do it. So it kept on losing more soldiers. Finally, the king went and said, "Let me go see what this is. I have to fight for my people." He went. He ventured out of his comfort zone and left the valley and went into the forest, and you could hear this monster. You could hear the energy, this big energy. It's like, oh, people are running, people are getting scared, but they don't want to run away in front of the king. And the king moves away the clearing, and sees this little being, and he goes. The king goes, "What are you?" He goes, "I'm your fear." It was a little being, but we make it so much bigger than what it is because we're not looking at it. So we're just imagining it to be so huge. And that little being said, "I'm your fear." And he realized, no, okay, thank you. I could be, I could vanquish. And I'm not saying you want to vanquish it, but you want to transform it. So you want to vanquish it from something that impedes you into something that feeds you
I like that.
and supports you. So, that's what this year, to me, that's what this year is about. And even last year, we went through so much, all of us. We were really just working on that what do you call it? What do you call those things that you walk on inside when you have the treadmill? We were on that
Oh,
treadmill.
yeah, 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 yeah.
We were on that treadmill hard this year. And I think we were actually getting ourselves, our souls, our spirits in shape, for next year, this coming year, breaking through anything that has been holding us back or that we've been allowing to hold us back. Because we have, like that song, we have the power. We have the power. And the universe put us here to actually fulfill our purpose and live our purpose and have some fun and actually but give and receive at the same time. And
Yes.
oftentimes fear will prevent us from receiving and definitely prevents you from giving of your talents and everything.
Yes. I remember Frank Clifford, he's also one of my teachers, he said once, and this is a very good reminder for all of us. He
Yes.
says, where is your Jupiter? In what sign, in what
Where's your
house, whatever.
Jupiter? Right.
So wherever your Jupiter is, you need to give that away, right?
Oh,
So you need that gift if order for your because Jupiter is supposed to, this is the planet of
of
abundance,
abundance
of
and
of you,
stuff.
of
Yes.
you having in more. So wherever you have Jupiter, it's somewhere in that area of life, in that sign, wherever Jupiter is, this is where you natally have more of that. So you need to give it away, and then you will receive from other things, right? And I
Oh,
think it's beautiful. And I think it's beautiful. My Jupiter in Cancer, I share food all the time. Every time I cook, I bake. Even for this holidays, I made, I think, 6 types of cookies and cakes. I've made little boxes. I went to neighbors, to friends and family. This is the
yes.
abundance, right? So cancer is nurturing and just taking care of others, making sure, having, anyway, so wherever, so I always do my Jupiter, my Cancer. It helps that I have Venus there. I won't lie. It helps that I have Venus there.
It does help.
But
Yes, it does.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah. Yes. But in general, whenever you have Jupiter, give it away.
I
So
have it
I like that.
in Virgo. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So what is Mercury
Uh,
service? So be of service. Give away free service. Some,
yeah.
that's
Okay.
not
All
too
right.
much. Again, you have to be
Yeah. Yeah.
mindful.
No.
You
Yes.
know,
But no,
but if you just
in my community, I do give service. I mean, I am of service to my community, and that to me is my. They tease me. They say, "Oh, you're like the mayor of your neighborhood." Because people know you, the superintendents of different buildings. I said because to me, I want people to know that I'm here for them in a sense. That
yes,
just a smile, just to give them away a smile. How are you? How's your family? How's your wife doing? And that's to me that's my I call it my volunteer work because it's easy. I mean, I'm in my
in which
neighborhood.
house is it? In which house is it
It's
for
in,
you?
hold on a minute,
I
eighth
forget.
house.
8. So there's look, but there's 8 houses about psychology and other stuff. So be of service in that way as a therapist. That's
Yeah,
what I'm saying
yeah.
because it's right
That's what I've been
Reiki,
telling them. Yeah,
everything.
yeah,
That's it,
yes,
but
yes, yeah.
uh, you have this. You have to have your practice and normal life. But then sometimes you give it, just give it away for somebody who can't afford it, or
Absolutely.
just for. So that's how you. So that's how, in that sense, I always think about what he said about this Jupiter. I'm thinking, yes, this is Jupiter. Just like Saturn in our charts is where we have hardship and we have, put more strength in it, and we have fears and we have issues. On the other hand, when we have Jupiter, if we give, we shall receive, and
Yes,
it makes sense to me, 100%.
right.
So
Absolutely.
that's another tip maybe for this time. I just remember that. So that's because you were saying about it, give and receive, and I just thought about it. It's
Yeah,
beautiful.
you
And
said that was Frank Clifford
yes,
that said that? Yeah,
yes,
I
yes,
want to I like to
yeah,
give attribution to someone. So when I repeat that, I'd like to
absolutely.
say,
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay,
It, it,
got
it,
it.
it's very according to the Sabian symbol,
Yes,
right?
yes.
So
Okay.
then we talked about it. So anyway, uh, that's all I have prepared. But
If
we can
someone
always talk. Oh,
said that's a great tip
I
on
know.
Jupiter. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh, thank you. Oh, that's Katrina. Hi, Katrina. She's my friend, my peer, my fellow peer from Uranian Med School, because I had so many. Hi, Katrina. I know I just remember what I wanted to say. I forgot to mention that this new moon is out of bounds.
Oh, it's
The
out of
moon is out of bounds.
bounds. Now
Yes, out of
explain what
bounds.
that means to everyone, so everyone's on the same page.
Okay, so this is by declination. So declination is about it's about the ecliptic of the Earth,
Hmm.
and we have 23 point something degrees north and west and south of the equator. Sun is in rulership, let's say, and all the planets usually are fit there, but sometimes they go out of there by declination, and so imagine if the Sun is the king, and all these planets are in their rulership, let's say, everybody's there, but then when they go out of that, so they're kind of escaping. It's like a runaway from home or somebody rebellion. So think about this moon being a little bit of a rebellion, a little bit of Uranian flavor to it, okay? So even more. So that's why I think when you make all these intentions and plans, actually not intentions, plans, why we need time work? Because this moon will want to go a little bit of, just escape from everything and not be maybe as responsible as we need it. So there's
I
a
see.
Uranian flavor to it.
Sure.
Have that
Going a
in mind.
little,
That's why I wanted to
going a
mention it.
little rogue. Going a little rogue.
Yes.
Okay, got it. Yes,
Yes,
yes.
we still need to do things that will set us free at the end. I agree with that.
Hmm. Hmm.
We need to be our unique selves, which Uranus is all about. To be
Yes.
free, to be our
Yeah.
unique selves.
Yes. And be
Yes,
proud of
but
your unique self. Yes.
but still be responsible towards ourselves. Okay.
Right.
Yeah, and there's a lot of things happening in the beginning of
Well, that's what I wanted to
January as
ask. I want
well.
to ask at
Yes,
least can we go over before we close?
yes,
And before we close, I want to say a couple of things to everyone. But um,
yes.
what so let's look at what's December 31st and January 1st. Can you give us what's going on those 2 days?
Yes, so the December 31st is going to be more or less, as we mentioned, for this new moon. We have this Mars and Pluto opposition is coming, so it's going to getting stronger and stronger each day until January 3rd. So that's very, very strong. Everything I mentioned for this new moon is kind of that, but January 1st, nothing. January 2nd, Mercury is finally out of the shadow. Okay,
Yes.
so this energy, all this new moon energy is going to be 30th, 31st, 1st. It's getting stronger with Pluto, Mars, and less stronger with Saturn, Jupiter, and Mercury. We said this is less stronger, but
There's something in the
Mars and
back.
Pluto are getting.
There's something in the background that's making a scratchy noise. Do you have something near your
I'm
phone?
sorry. It's
Okay.
me. Sorry.
Okay.
So this is happening at the beginning of this week. So we have on the 3rd, that's going to be Friday. Mars is exact opposing Pluto, but we're going to have on Saturday Sun sextiling Saturn. So think about Saturn is ruling this new moon, and on Saturday it's going to be a sextile. So there's an opportunity to actually make it happen, like make this. You can act on it. Like you can do something. Sun is about shining. Your plan is shining.
Yes.
You
Yes.
have this power within you. So that's a good thing to do. Mars is also going to trine the North Node in Aries on January 5th. Again, we talk about North Node and Sun. They're both points in the sky about your purpose, your life path, where we want to go, what we need to do. So this whole new moon has this flavor
Oh.
of.
Okay. Very good.
So, right?
Especially,
And
couldn't ask for a better new moon actually right now.
yeah,
Hmm.
I couldn't, and I'm thinking, it's about really putting it into practical ways. Like, what do I really want to do? Like, what is stopping me to do it? Like, what is stopping me to do the work I
Yeah.
enjoy?
Yes.
100%. What is
Yeah.
stopping me?
Right.
What are the fears?
Right.
Is it outside? What are the circumstances? Maybe if I can't do it now, what's stopping me to do it a year from now? So then make a
Yes.
date for a year from now.
Yeah.
Things like that.
Right. And how to, if you have to attack those things that are
Yeah.
on the outside, but fears, then
Yes.
work towards that.
Right.
Getting those, yeah, under control. And
Right. So think about that.
very
So
good.
overall,
Like that.
this first week is Mercury is also going to square Neptune on the 6th, but that's already next week. But Mercury square Neptune, it's all about not seeing our ideas, and communication is not clear. It can be, I don't want to say lies, but it can be untruth. So when Mercury and Neptune are together, I always think about it's a story.
It's storyteller. It's a storyteller
Right?
energy.
It's a
Yeah.
storyteller
Yes.
energy. It's about journaling, writing down, creative writing. It's about all this stuff. It's about watching a movie and not about real stuff. So there's still unclarity. I would say for the first half of January we still have this uncertainty and unclarity. Yes, the Mercury retrograde shadow is going to finish on the 2nd,
Hmm.
but I would still say, because of all this Neptune influence, until Mercury goes to Capricorn on the 8th, at least until the 8th, lots of misinformation, at least, or nebulousness.
Okay.
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 When Mercury goes to Capricorn, it can help you with this new moon plan,
Right.
right? Because
And when is that?
Mercury
When is Mercury going to
uh,
Capricorn?
on the 8th
Okay. Good.
of
Okay.
January. Oh, and Venus, I forgot. So important. Venus is going into Pisces on the 2nd.
Oh.
That's this week.
Okay.
That's very important. See, I forgot that. And Venus in Pisces, she's exalted in Pisces. She loves to be in Pisces. Venus in Pisces is such a beautiful. Imagine all this compassion and kindness that Pisces have.
Oh,
And
good.
Venus is all about relating with others, having this beautiful, it can bring so much good to everybody.
Yes.
So she's going to be in the next 2-3 weeks, and she's going to go retrograde from Aries to Pisces again later. But that's for the next talk.
Okay.
For
Yes.
now,
Yeah.
use Mercury in Capricorn for making. It's going to be more like the Mercury in Capricorn because it was in Sagittarius for such a long time. It was in retrograde in Sagittarius, and it spent so much time there. It was all over the place, right? So now we need this Capricorn Mercury to finally, put some clarity, some structure into our thoughts and ideas, and some, because we were all over, with this opposition
Yeah.
with Jupiter, it was just all over the place.
You were
So
scattered
many
shot.
things will
Right.
be more clear. Yeah.
Yes.
So I like that, and we're gonna have support from Venus. Just to be more kind and compassionate towards others. And she loves to be in the Pisces. It's all about also enjoying music and movies and old Hollywood style kind of a. It's going to help us with all these hard energies that we have. Imagine we have this Mars Pluto, but then we have this Venus in Pisces coming as well at the same time. So there is always balance in
It
everything.
always is.
Uh,
Always is.
yeah,
That's true. Just a matter of being able
that's
to
it.
find it.
Yeah.
So, okay, so I think we've come to the end of our road for, this is our final broadcast for this year too, for 20
Yes.
and stuff. So, and again, thank you, Jasmina, for being always bringing your A game to us. Every time we have this discussion, it's fun, it's informative, and we always get some nice juicy takeaways, which I love. Now because people wrote it, I love that Jupiter thing. So now everyone knows to look at their Jupiter, look at your Saturn,
I
and
know. It's just the way my brain works. Like, I just remember some things just out of the blue,
yeah.
right? So,
No, that's
yeah,
another trait of Gemini. Yeah, we do
yeah.
pull those little nuggets down when we need them, and that one was excellent. And we'll be posting. Jasmine and I will be meeting soon to go over
Yeah,
more of a schedule and a little bit
yeah,
more of a so we won't be so scattered and stuff.
yeah,
And so we'll be doing that, and then we'll post things and let you know. Maybe we could do things together on YouTube. We can see. We'll see. You
absolutely,
know, that may be something to
absolutely.
think about doing. And also for people, anyone who has some things some questions, I'd like to hear from you. So you could reach me, you could DM me and whatever, or send email in our various profiles. I think we have our email or
Yeah,
way to
yeah, yeah.
contact us. Yeah.
You
So
have it on my
please,
website, or my YouTube. It just link is in the bio. Also, you can DM me anytime with
perfect.
questions. I'm
Yes.
always open.
Some
So.
things that we want to have. That gives us an idea. Some things that we want to, work on and talk about next year. No, next year I do want to talk about Chiron and Chariklo.
Mm,
And and stuff. So
okay.
I'll do Chariclo, you do Chiron. You know what I mean? Or we could talk about both. You know what I mean? Because I think Chariclo's not really much known about her, but Melanie Reinhardt, she's the
Mm,
dean of that. And I think
yes.
it's just nice to bring some of the other some like Pallas Athena, some of the asteroids out and some of
Yeah.
the other things, and just so we could just sort of just talk about
I,
them and have them up in
yes.
our awareness.
I was just I introduced I know this for a long time, but I didn't introduce it publicly. That I was learning with Katrina. She was here. We learned Uranian astrology, and there are these trans-Neptunian points, and I just once used them on YouTube, but I'm gonna actually start using them now more often,
What are
and
they called?
I'll teach you guys.
Say it again.
They're called trans-Neptunians.
It's
Those are
Neptunians.
those are calculated points, just like lunar nodes. Those are not real celestial
Right.
bodies. They're using Uranian astrology in a dial. It's a completely different, but I'm going to start implementing that because I
Nice.
just,
Okay,
yes,
good. All right.
I used to also need to just start doing it. Otherwise, I'm never going to be ready.
Right,
I
right.
always feel, oh, I'm not ready.
Yeah,
I'm not ready.
yes. No.
Maybe this Capricorn new moon will give me the courage to actually start using that more
Yeah.
often. So I'm going to introduce you guys to that, and in the future moon forecasts, and we'll talk about that energy as well, and maybe we can learn together how it goes and
Well,
stuff like
and
that.
that's
So
the beauty of this. We're learning together. All of us are at various levels of our astrology knowledge and so on, and light workers. But it's just nice to constantly learn together and hear questions and get information from each other because that's the value of being who we are, and we have Instagram and everything else, so we can learn together and
so
still. It makes life rich. I don't know for you, it makes my life rich, so
absolutely,
much more richer after I have these meetings and we see and we know each other and we have a group that we study with and talk to and learn
absolutely.
from.
I have three so far in my life, four. because and then I have you, and I have this. As in a true Gemini
Yeah, yeah,
fashion, I have to
yes,
have this
yes, yeah. So you're definitely a
people.
Gemini
Yeah,
and stuff.
yeah,
So
excellent.
that's all. I want to wish everyone a happy New Year and a safe New Year, and um, and thank you for your support and and your questions and participating and joining us when we have
Yeah.
our live sessions.
A
And
big I need to mention this. I just remembered that because of Mars Pluto opposition, be careful of any fireworks or anything that you're doing for New Year's. This is exactly what this Mars Pluto, you can get
oh,
hurt or something. So really, I just remember when you said New Year's, I don't know if I remembered. Please I would avoid any fireworks, any type of, be careful in traffic. Just, anyway,
take
just
it
a note
slow.
there.
And even that goes
Yeah.
to even because I always like candles during, so I'll make sure you do your candle work or you're working with light, any flame and
Yes.
things so that doesn't get out of hand, you know.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
very good to give us that. It's nice to have a caution, not fear, just to have a,
No, no, no,
you
just
know,
caution,
to be
just caution.
forewarned, just to be forearmed, and so on. So yeah. So
Thank
I'll
I want to thank everybody as well for being here, for all the support throughout the year, and I wish them all happy New Year, all the best. And for you, JeMaja, I really want to thank you for giving the space for us. One of my highlights of this year was meeting you in person. Absolutely, I had to say it.
I love how
One of
that
my
worked
top
out.
five. One
Yes,
of my
that was
top
wonderful.
five. One of my top five this year is meeting you in person and just continuing our friendship online. It's just beautiful. Hugs and kisses. Don't forget to put me as a collaborator so
I'll
I
put
can
you as a
also share
collaborator,
it with
and
everybody.
then I'll WhatsApp you because I want you to help me get the link thing together in the
Yes,
stories.
I'll share. I'll put some screenshots and I'll share it
Perfect.
with you
Thank you. Okay.
on the messages. Okay,
Great. Okay.
directly.
Okay.
That's
Great.
how.
Perfect. Okay.
Bye,
All right. Bye bye,
everybody.
everyone. Hugs to everyone and stay safe. And we'll see you in the new year. We'll see you in
See
2025.
you. Bye
All right.
bye.
Bye bye.